Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your hosts Edward McQueen and April Garner.
Good evening. Good evening. We're back. We're back for our. Sorry we couldn't be with you all last week, but it was a holiday. Everybody needs a day off, right? So we're so glad to be back to you, and we have just a lot of information that it can't stand to be skipped on a week. Let's just say that much, okay? So welcome to our program this evening, and as most of you have seen on our webcast, that we're sticking with STEM. Okay, we can't say that strong enough. And I'm your host, Ed McQueen. Of course, my co-host April, and April will be silent with us a little bit today, but she's watching. So welcome to the program. So today, as like I said, as our promo mentioned, that we have as our guest today. His name happened to be a McQueen, but there's no relation. It's just that this gentleman, Mr. McQueen, Jerome McQueen, he's head of this institution that specializes and focuses on STEM scenarios. And what we'd like to do, we're going to get right into it, because it's a lot we need to talk about in that area, and it's a very important area that, again, there's a lot of STEM programs around, and locally and nationally, but the focus today is one of lack of color that's participating in the STEM. So what we'd like to do today is do a bit more than just generalize about the need for STEM and STEM academics. So let me just, if we can, introduce you to our guest today. This is Jerome McQueen. Jerome, we're going to start right off and let the people know that this is not, we're not, just because your name is McQueen, we didn't override you over everybody else, okay? Look, there's no nepotism here. Okay?
There was no bias in choosing me today.
No. It's truly because of your STEM, man, and your qualifications for leading this project. I would call it a project, but I'll let you tell the audience a little bit more about yourself and why you wanted to engage in that. It's very interesting. I did a little, after reading a little bit about your background, it's very interesting. So if you could tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, appreciate it.
All right. First of all, I'd like to say my name is Jerome McQueen of AcaSTEMics, a national movement to encourage our young people to choose STEM as career aspirations. Now, I like to tell the people I'm from DC, the country.
Yeah. The country. All right.
The country.
So you need to expand on that.
I'm going to explain on it. Now, I'm originally from Dillon County, South Carolina. That's DC. I'll put that on there. But I'm from Dillon County, South Carolina. I grew up in the Dillon County school system. I went on to study civil engineering at South Carolina State University. I graduated cum laude. I went on to study for my master's as environmental engineering at Florida A&M University as a NASA graduate fellow. So NASA funded my education. I went to work for NASA while I was in school. I worked at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Cleveland, Ohio, where there I developed air pollution capture systems for the for jet engine test cells. A lot of people don't know, before you put a jet engine into commercial use, Delta, Northwest, United, Continental, they all send those engines to NASA to have those tested. So I worked in those test cells. I have been an environmental engineer for 25 years, and I focus more on foundries where we made brake parts. And now I work for a company that make fire hydrants and water pipes, everything involved with distributing water to your house from a water treatment company. Over the past 20 years, I have been a mentor for the 100 Black Men of America, where I counted out maybe mentor probably close to 250 young Black males. Through that time, those young Black males have amassed over $3.5 million in scholarships to fund their education. But here recently, I noticed that we needed more of our young people in STEM. The reason why we need more in STEM is because we need to the sciences and the engineering to put ourselves as a people on a better socioeconomic level. I harp on STEM because even if you're not going to be a STEM professional, you still have to use STEM concepts in your living. Let's say you are a history teacher, an English teacher. You still got to know mathematical concepts so you can buy a house, know the best deals that you get on purchasing a car, even know the best deal when you going to the grocery store, when you buying Gatorade or chicken. You need to use those mathematical concepts for your everyday living. So
Absolutely.
STEM has a very important part in our life and our lifestyles and where we go into the future. So there is a critical need, as we're going to talk about today, a critical need for our people of color to get into STEM and use it as the basis of their life moving henceforward in the future.
Man,
That is a general summary of Jerome McQueen.
okay. All right, Mr. McQueen, look, keep talking about because the two last names, but I'm expounding on that because over the course of our introducing you on the as part of promotion, I've gotten a number of phone calls or texts. Well, your cousin, you got your cousin on there now or something like that. No. In fact, and Jerome, as you can tell, I just met you by way of phone. What is it? A few weeks back, right? Something like
Couple
that.
weeks ago. Yes,
Couple weeks ago. Yeah. And
even I think through email.
Yeah.
When I got your email and I'm like, what's wrong with my email system?
Yeah.
how can I email myself?
Yeah. Well, first of all, and again, let me let the audience know that Jerome was featured on NBC, I believe, a national NBC, regarding your AcaSTEMics. Is that correct,
Yes.
Jerome?
Yes.
And I think that's the way I picked up on it, or we picked up on it, and we just thought it was so impressive that if everybody didn't see that, maybe they need an encore. Or maybe it can expound on it a little bit more than what the few seconds that they gave you or minute that they gave you on NBC. But that was enough to pick up on and make sure that we need to get this information out, man. We need to get this information out to find out what this brother from Dillon is doing. Dillon, South Carolina.
So the genesis of that article was the summer camp that I ran in Florence County with in partnership with South Carolina State University 1890 program for the PD region.
Right.
We ran a summer camp. We had between 20 and 25 kids there. And I introduced them to my curriculum that I developed called STEM Business. STEM Business merges STEM with entrepreneurship.
Good.
So in the beginning of that program, they put together what we call educational STEM kits. They teach them about STEM concepts such as electrical circuits, air propulsion, non-renewable and renewable energy sources.
Right.
Then we go into the engineer design process where I teach them to develop their own engineer design based upon a problem that they're having. The third part of that is they take that design and they form a company around there, and I teach them entrepreneurship and how to enter that design into the business marketplace. And at the end of that program, they have a Shark Tank-like presentation where they're asking people for money to fund their design and their business.
Right, right.
So I ran that camp, and I think Channel 15 picked up on that and decided to do an article on me. Other article that was done on me was actually in Forbes magazine, where I was named one of the top 6 STEM influencers for people of color.
Really?
So I've been very honored and humbled to receive some of those shout outs just so that we can make STEM awareness to all our people.
Absolutely, man. You're still impressing me as we talk. Okay. I was impressed when I met you by way of phone. You're still impressing me. If you would, what kind of age groups are we talking about that you like to start them off? What, like 8 years, 9 years old, or stop them from?
In the summer camp, we had as young as 6 years old.
Fantastic.
Yes, it was 6 years old. So they're able to learn careers that they never even heard of.
Right.
Especially our people want to expose them to so many more careers other than playing basketball and football. That's good, but I know I won't be able to play no basketball, no football to make a living.
Right.
And there are a lot of us out there not going to be able to do that.
Right.
So open them up to STEM careers. And so you start as young as 6 years old. People ask me, what are the age rate? It was hard to say because that 6-year-old was a smart young lady that was putting the kits better and faster than somebody that was 12 years old. So, however, all of them were able to consume all the education I was able to provide to them centered around STEM. But we want to start young so we can start making their choices different so they can start changing their habits towards choosing those type careers for their future.
So assume that you've gotten grants to further your project and so forth. Have those grants been adequate, or do you still seek more funding?
Always seek more funding. Always seek more funding, because when we seek more funding, we can have more of an impact and spread our wings far and wide to reach more of our young people.
Absolutely. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Just want to deviate just a little bit. I'm looking at one of the comments. If you can see the comments, another McQueen said, "Welcome, Brother Jerome." Said, "You and Edward have so much in the area field of engineering," and it's exactly, you followed almost my same path. Okay.
Yeah.
After a degree in civil engineering, graduate school, and then I wasn't at NASA, but I was at the test cell facility in Cleveland.
Wow, where are you?
Okay. Test cell facility in Cleveland, yes. So yeah, it seems like it was almost identical path, man.
It's almost identical.
Yeah, at the John Glenn Center up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I was at NASA Glenn. We was at the same place.
At the Glenn Center. So I may have seen you one time. I don't know. This was maybe 7, 8 years ago. They're 10, something like that. But but yeah, seem to be following the same path. But anyway, and his other commenter said that Ms. Peabody, or Mr. Peabody, I don't know, says, "Can you come to visit Dillon Middle School and Lakeview High School?"
Hey, Lakeview Middle School was one of my first customers. We sent out a package of kits out last year. The principal over there, if I can remember her name, Tara Smith Bethay. She was one of the first ones who picked me up and ordered some kits from me. So Lakeview was one of the first of my schools who believed in me.
Right.
So I thank you all.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure they appreciate you. I'm sure they appreciate you, Brother Jerome. So that was a misengineering thing that went on there. But anyway, your AcaSTEMics, are you the CEO or is that part? I saw online where
yes,
the word AcaSTEMics came under us as a subgroup of something else, or is that the total?
So that's the total. So AcaSTEMics is a blended word of STEM-based academics. So what I did, I
Right.
put the word STEM in the middle of academics and came up with AcaSTEMics. So yes, that came out of a dream one day.
Out of a dream.
Out of a dream. And I woke up and passed it around and said everybody liked it. Everybody said move forward with it. So okay.
Man, you're going to gain a lot of support after today. Okay.
Thank you.
You're going to gain a lot more support after today. And we're going to see if we can, further, just get this information out in our magazine, probably in the next issue or something like that. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And if speaking of our magazine, to our viewers, if you haven't seen it, it's been sent out, so it's thousands of people. But this is about our drone workshop, Brother Jerome. It was a drone workshop. Yeah, young man teaching our very young people how to operate a drone, and further teaching them about the entrepreneurship relative to being able to drone, because you have to be certified by FAA.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
To operate drones. So, man, this is it's real. So we're going to we're going to have you talk about a little bit more about you in our magazine upcoming issue. Okay.
Good.
So you the person at Lakeview or Dillon probably wanted to clarify, Mr. or Miss Camj Peabody says this is Angela Evans McKenzie. That's who she said.
Oh, Angela Evans.
Yes, McKenzie.
Angela Evans McKenzie. I was drum major at Dillon High School, and Angela Evans McKenzie was my co-drum major at Dillon High School.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. How you doing, Angela?
Yeah, in fact, she just said that they were drum majors together.
Yes, they were drum majors together.
And she's now an 8th grade science teacher at Lakeview.
Really. I would love to come out to see you. I've learned, you would not believe, I learned a lot of my leadership skills from Miss Angela Evans McKenzie being a drum major with me at Dillon High School. Wow. That's probably the single position that I held that I learned the most of my leadership skills.
Wow, man, that's.
And when I left Dillon, I went on to South Carolina State University to march in the marching 101 there.
Marching 101.
Yes, I was scholarship for 4 years there for the marching 101.
Well, that's great. That's great to hear, man. Great to hear. So I guess now, do your projects, plural, do they require you to travel a whole lot now, even now?
Yes, I'm throughout the Southeast.
Throughout the Southeast?
From South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. And I'm trying to get everywhere. In fact, I've been to North Carolina and Florida doing speaking for STEM at homeschool networks. I spoke at the North Carolinians Home Education Convention in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I spoke at the Great Homeschool Education Convention in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
I was featured speaker there to talk about getting our young people into STEM. So yes, STEM and AcaSTEMics has afforded me to get on the road and spread the word for STEM, spread the word for the importance and the need for STEM in our lives.
So we all know that you're from Dillon now, but where are you based?
So I'm based in Anniston, Alabama at this time.
Anniston.
Yes.
Is there a NASA organization down there in Anniston?
There's a NASA in Huntsville,
In
about
Huntsville.
2 hours north of Anniston.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And you're based in Alabama. So
Yes,
that's,
I am.
yeah. Well, congratulations.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you don't get involved too much in the politics down there, but
I stick to STEM.
yeah. Look, that's what we got to do. Okay.
Right.
We stay focused on that. That other will really take care of itself. Once we
It'll
master
take care
the
of itself.
STEM, once we master the STEM,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, we'll get it.
Exactly.
We'll get it. So look, Jerome, how many more workshops do you have? Workshops per se, or do you just go and teach as they call you? They ask you to teach.
Well, I as I get opportunities, I go get them. So right now, I have opportunities. This past year, I ran an after school program for a school system here in Alabama,
Right.
and they just re-up with me an agreement for the upcoming year. Plus, they added 7 more schools that I
Wow.
do programs at. I'm currently talking with also again South Carolina State University 1890 program for doing after school programs and another summer camp for the following summer.
Right.
So as opportunities come on, I jump on to try to spread the word of STEM anywhere I can.
Okay.
So, I'm currently looking for some people that I can train to do STEM programming in the local area, where I can't be everywhere at the same time. So
Right.
I'm trying to bring in some STEM ambassadors so we can start spreading the word of STEM, and I can start training them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And start spreading it throughout.
Right. Now you need to say that one more time about you looking for ambassadors and give them some information for which they can contact you, Jerome.
Oh yeah. So you can get all my contact at AcaSTEMics.com, and that's spelled AcaSTEMICS.com. There, all that information is housed there. We're going through a website revamping because it has been a good year for us.
Good. Fantastic. Good to hear.
We sent out all this information, and people have been receptive. People have been seeing the importance of STEM, and they have been contacting us. So we've had a lot of things that we've been involved in for this past year that we want to highlight on the website and get the word out more.
That's great, man.
Such as the Channel 15 piece, the Forbes magazine piece.
Right.
I was also featured in an organization called mathforscience.org, a STEM-based program based out of Brooklyn, New York, that featured me. Basically, they talked about how do I use math in my career? As far as I said, I am an environment engineer. So I'm the person at the manufacturing plant that's calculating all the CO and carbon monoxide and lead and VOC emissions that come out of our plants to make sure that we're in compliance with our state and federal environmental regulations.
Right. Yeah, that was part 34, I believe. So, but as part of that, Jerome, this is so impressive, man. But it's really, somebody who came on and said that South Carolina State is their alma mater.
Oh
What
yeah.
is it?
Who says that?
The last name is
another,
McQueen.
This is another McQueen. Well, is this a family reunion today?
Yeah.
It's about to be a family reunion.
That's my other half. That's my wife.
Oh, okay. I'm ready to say.
Yeah. She's excited, man, about you coming on and talking about that. Okay?
This is my buddy right here, Johnny Grandison. Hey, so this guy right here. Hey, when I got to grad school, when my first class in grad school, I didn't see nobody else that looked like me. And I tell you what.
I know we follow the same path now.
That's right. I tell you what, I was after that class, I was ready to pack up and head back to South Carolina.
Yeah.
But I know my mama said, you there? You stick it out.
Stick it out.
So the second class I went to, there was his brother, John DeGrandison, was in the classroom. And I said, brother, I don't know who you are, but you my new best friend. And he was the one who navigated me and got me through grad school. So my buddy Johnny Grandison, big ups to you, man, who is also a civil environment engineer.
Well, this is so good to hear, man. This is impressive. Yeah. I'm really glad to hear about all those. That's part of STEM itself. I mean,
yes, it is.
Yeah, part of STEM itself. My brother Ozell Newman, he said, "Can you repeat the website one more time?"
AcaSTEMics.com. AcaSTEMICS.com.
Or you can look right in the back on Brother Jerome's wall in the back. You can see.
That's right.
You can see the word itself, and just add .com. Okay.
That's right.
Brother Ozell is an engineer himself. Okay.
Is he?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, he's only an engineer himself. And
what type of engineer is he?
I think Ozell is mechanical, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
I think he's mechanical. So, but he can always chime in and just correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's mechanical. But he's doing great. Oh, he's electrical. He's electrical. He's doing great things, man, here in Horry County.
It's good.
Oh yeah. Great things in Horry County. So thanks so much, Ozell. So look, I'll tell you what, Jerome, let's break for a commercial.
All right.
Or some commercials, okay? And we'll get right back to everybody. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, we're really back this time.
All right. All right.
We're really back this time. So, and welcome back to our show. We have as our special guest today, Mr. Jerome McQueen. I got to say, it's not my cousin. We're not related. I bet if we dig farther enough, brother,
Dig back, well, you know,
it'll end up somewhere down there.
it got to be somewhere.
Got to be somewhere. But
there are another crew of McQueens out of Marlboro County also. So we got to, when you're digging, start digging them up too.
Man, I hope that they're as productive and academically inclined as you are. Okay, and it's, have your achievements. Okay.
Hey, and I want to tell you, Brother McQueen, since we've been on, I've got 2 new subscribers to my website. So
that's great, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Glad we can help. Glad we can help.
Man. And I don't know if there's a good time to go in that, but if you go to my website, you subscribe, you will get a 10% lifetime discount on the STEM kits that I promote. And one of the STEM kits that you can go there is a lamp. So it's a lamp, they light up. And so this lamp, I choose to teach our young people about electrical circuits. So that we had the other guy, the electrical engineer, we teach about electrical circuits on this one. How the electrons move through the wire to light up the light. There's another kit I have on there is a wind boat. And so put it together, and that boat, you can put that on water. From there, we teach about marine engineering and buoyancy, how things floats on water. So, and our Christmas special we're coming out, have a little airplane that goes out there.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Oh yeah. This particular kit right here is a wind turbine. It converts wind energy to electrical energy. And we teach about renewable energy sources with that type of kit. So each one of these kits I have is teach a certain STEM concept to start opening our young people's mind to science and engineering, the things that are going on in the world that they need to be knowing about, and that they can choose careers based off that and become scientists and engineers and technology and mathematicians of things that are readily available in our world. They just hadn't been exposed to it. And so the 3 tenets of AcaSTEMics is exposure, development, and acknowledgement. So first we want to expose our young people to a brand new world.
Yeah.
And then when they find their interest, we do everything we can do to develop that interest. And then when they do something great, we acknowledge them. Every day we acknowledge them. And that keeps the fire going. It ignites them and keeps that fire moving. So at some point, they will start learning and being motivated on their own to do things great in their life.
Absolutely. And that was good narrative of those kind of things that you let's get back to this kit again, Brother Jerome. All 4, I think you offered 4 kits, I believe.
Yes.
Man, they were all, to me, impressive, especially the last one. Now, you, as an enrollee or a person that sends a request for one, you will give one of those kits, or just all 4 of them, 4 of those items in one kit, or just one.
You can purchase what you want. You can purchase all 4 of them,
right,
or individual ones that you want.
Okay. Jerome, I'm going to go to another comment here on the side, and this person's, but Osel again asked, what age do you recommend to start the STEM interest for youth?
See, that's very tricky because our young people develop at different ages.
Yeah.
As I said, the 6-year-old was probably putting together kits on a 12-year-old level. It's all about the interest of the kid. If the
Yeah.
interest level is early, you expose them early.
Right.
The interest level is not there, you still expose them. You make them choose that they don't want to do it. But 9 times out of 10, you give them something, some hands-on activity that they can put together, and at the end, it does something. They have a sense of accomplishment, and they'll do it all day long.
Wow. Yeah. That's a good method, man. That's a good method. Yeah. Okay. So Jerome, if someone requests your attendance at their function or at a place for you to do to narrate your projects, so to speak, what are some of the logistics in terms of expenses that would be incurred by the requester?
No, basic travel expenses, appearance fees. It's a case by case thing. It all depends on the objective of the appearance. If you want me, is the difference of just speaking. If you want me to show off kits, if you want me to do programming, all that's a case by case scenario.
Right.
And my email address is info@acastemics.com. There again, info@acastemics.com to do any type of requesting. And that's another part of revamping our website to capture those requests that come in.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So now, I kind of like skipped over one of the questions that was brought up by one of the commentators.
Okay.
It asks, does it matter what STEM background you need to be an ambassador?
No. If you have the desire for our young people to learn more, that's what I'm looking for. Because I believe I can train anyone to do what we need to do. So if you have that inherent desire, that fire of what you want, of our young people want to learn more, that's the first prerequisite of being a STEM ambassador.
Okay. And normally, have you had any ambassadors yet? By the way?
Yes, I have a couple out of South Carolina. You talk about nepotism, but the first one is my son-in-law out of Columbia.
Hey, look, you know, if it just happened to be nepotism, I mean, something you can't avoid. You can't circumvent that sometimes.
Yeah, you know.
But if the most qualified or the most
qualified, yes.
Yeah. You know,
And he is also a graduate of South Carolina State University.
Okay.
Another one I just contacted actually when I was home last weekend for Labor Day weekend, a young man out of Dillon, South Carolina,
right,
who I'm getting ready to work with to bring along. So he just got some kits and he's going through them, and we'll start doing training sessions with him.
You think you can get me a kit there, good brother? No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'll save them for a lot more people, man. But those kids look interesting, man. I really,
they do.
Really, yeah,
they are. Really... And you talk about age. I can give you the wind turbine and the bubble maker, and it'll keep you busy for close to 1 to 2 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I certainly hope a lot of people in the academics are looking at this and want to request your presence at their school if they can arrange something like that. Because this kind of information, man, needs to be conveyed to
Yes.
our young, especially our young elementary students, man.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
We want to
yeah, yeah,
we want to capture them as early as
yeah,
possible.
yeah, as early as
Yes.
possible.
Hmm.
And you know, they can again, if you to our audience, to our viewers, if you are interested in that, getting Mr. McQueen, Jerome, that is, to come to your school or your institution, just online is AcaSTEMics, which is in the back of him on his
Hmm.
wall.com. That's all you do. Okay. Jerome, do you want to give out a phone number? Did you give out a phone number earlier?
My number is 256-343-6858. That's 256
Yeah.
343-6858.
Two.
And that can be found on the website also.
Right. 256 is you can see it on the bottom of your screen, the audience. 256-343-6858.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks to our engineer. I mean, but she's actually the co-host, but she's doing a magnificent job, man.
Yeah, good.
But remotely, okay.
She's
But
keeping us straight.
yeah, oh man, yeah, she's definitely keeping us straight. So
Keeping us straight.
thank you, April.
She's the STEM professional behind the scenes today.
Man, yeah.
She's doing double duty.
Absolutely, man. But now, if you really want an ambassador, now I'm gonna push her, but she, I'm telling you, plus oratorically, I mean, she's fantastic. And anyway, just couldn't join us today, like
Right.
she usually does. Okay, but she's really our co-host, and but she's listening and she's looking. Thanks,
Good.
April.
Good.
Again, but the these students that how do you deal with like a 11th grade or 12th grade? Do you have is that a difficult time to reach them? Have you found that to be difficult?
That's going to be the next phase of AcaSTEMics to reach those. I'm partnering with a company out of Tennessee who does electrical circuits,
Right.
the capacitors and resistors. I'm not an electrical engineer, so those are more high level than me. But I am partnering with a company out of Tennessee to start reaching those high level grades, to do something more challenging with them. I'm
Right.
also looking at coding.
Yeah.
Coding is very, very, very important, and something about the coding and doing all the electrical, computer engineering. I took a tour of Lucas Film Studios in North San Francisco, and this is the studio that made Star Wars.
Digital, and that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and they showed us, they made the Iron Man movie,
Yeah.
and they showed us the computer animation involved
Yeah.
with movie making.
Right.
And essentially, I was just blown away because basically the actor, is in regular clothes,
Yeah.
and the computer simulation animation actually adds his costume, his superhero suit. All
Absolutely.
that's computer animated, all the graphics and all the special effects,
Yeah.
all that's computer animated. And I was like, what? So it's like you have computer programmers and computer engineers working more on the movie than the actual actor is
The
in the
answers.
movie.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely,
And
man.
so for us on the East Coast that doesn't have that inherent knowledge of movie making, that's a whole new career source that we never even know about. And that can be a career path that someone who's studying computer engineering, that's a whole new way you can make a living.
And Jerome, do you are you comfortable about telling our viewers about the applicability of 3D imaging and under STEM? Do you?
Wow.
You deal
So
with that?
that's, like I said, that's more more research that I'm doing for myself to develop AcaSTEMics. So 3D imaging. I am starting to inside a STEM business. I want to employ the 3D printing. So
Right,
when our young
right,
people start designing what they product from the engineering design process, they can actually go to the software, draw up their design, and the actual 3D printer prints it out, so it can be more real world about their presentation.
right.
So yes, like I said, those are the next steps that I'm developing. What I love about STEM is ever changing.
Yep,
There's technology is ever moving, and if you don't move with it, you stand still.
yep. Absolutely, absolutely. And Lord, we don't want to be left behind.
No,
Okay,
you don't. No, you don't.
you don't want to be left behind. But if you never start, then you're comfortable. You don't care. Okay.
Right.
But
Right.
if you ever been in it for a while, and man, that's enough I can say about that. But
It moves every day.
yeah,
You
it moves every day, and it's
you don't know what they'll come up with next. And the thing about I love about STEM when our young people, we don't know what our young people are going to develop. This is what I love about my summer camp and my program that I do. You put a problem before them, they will come up with a solution.
yeah,
And then you don't know if what impact that solution will have on the world.
that's right. You just
Uh,
don't know.
just take Lonnie Johnson, an engineer from Tuskegee who worked for NASA. He developed the Super Soaker.
Super soaker.
Uh, yes, he's the one who developed the Super Soaker water machine water gun.
Okay,
He,
as a toy.
as a toy.
As a toy.
So, what kid out there hadn't had a water gun? Now, the Super Soaker they get from Hasbro and other types of companies out there was developed by a Black engineer. And you don't know what our kids can come up with as the next toy, the next video game, the next app that's going to have a profound impact on our world.
And
You
that's where the
never know.
entrepreneurship comes in. That's where,
Entrepreneurship. That's right. That's
yeah,
right. That summer camp, that summer camp I had in Florence County, I could have developed the next Steve Jobs.
Next Steam job.
Steve Jobs. Yes.
Oh, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
Man, look, man, the things that are coming from you today, I knew it was going to be exciting. Okay, to hear that, I knew it was going to be exciting. Not because your last name is McQueen.
That's right.
I'll tell my audience that right away. Okay.
That's right. Can we have her to put a disclaimer?
Yeah. I might have to do that the next time.
That's right.
Yeah, because we're gonna have you on again because
yes,
I'm sure that you're gonna come in under new developments, man, of
yes,
everything. So okay, and
yes,
we want to keep. We want to keep up too.
That's right. That's right.
We want to keep up too. So, right. Do you have any requests from like places as far as California? Since they've seen your website, or have you communicated that strongly, where you have people in California or far away wanting to get a hold of you to to come in and present a class or something?
Yes. Well, I've had the homeschool convention network that I have. They have conventions out in California, New York, and Ohio and Texas, and they have asked me to speak at every one of their conventions that they have. And I've had to say, hey, I still have a job. Still have a job.
Oh,
But I'm working on that because I want to be able to go out to the ends of the world to spread about STEM. He says, can you come and visit? Can you come and visit Dillon Middle School and Lakeview High School?
Look,
And
man.
the answer is, of course, that's home. The one of the secondary objectives of me forming my business is to make sure I open up this exposure back at home. Because what I don't know, if you know that of all the 46 counties in the state of South Carolina, Dillon County ranked last far as education.
Yeah, I heard that. See, but I don't have I don't have statistics to back up what I say. Then I don't expound on it. Okay, so I heard that.
You don't need statistics.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You don't need to say. You don't need them. I'm telling you.
That. Yeah.
And so, one of my objectives is to build that exposure out of my hometown. And you know what? Horry County, right down the road. So I have to do it for Horry County. Got to do it for Marion County, Florence County, all throughout the PD and the Grand Strand. This company was made with you all in mind to go out and spread everything we can about the STEM and what STEM can do for your life. I've been able to travel all over the world because I was a STEM professional. Been able to be involved in so many different things that I would never think I would be involved in because I was a STEM professional. When I was working up in the test cell, when I was at NASA, I just had to step back and look and say, you do know you a country boy from Dillon County, and you working with the brightest engineers in the world. You do know that.
Yeah. It's ironic, man. It's ironic because I used to say just about the same thing when I'm when I'm watching, this huge engine in the cell, and then you're watching the flow, the laminar flow, and the how fluidic things are.
That's right.
The
wind tunnels and all.
Yeah, and then you go, man.
So Ed, listen to this. So since you were there, somebody that was in your class that was smarter than you.
Oh, absolutely, man. My whole you talking about high school? Exactly. You talking about my high school class?
Yes. So somebody who grew up with you, who you thought probably should have had this opportunity before you had.
Absolutely.
The problem with that was they haven't been exposed to it.
Absolutely.
They haven't had that motivation. They haven't had that support to tell them that they can do it. So that's what AcaSTEMics wants to do, is tell that young child that from a poor socioeconomic condition that he can do it. She can do it. You can go to the ends of the world. You start studying STEM now. You do not know where STEM can take you in your life. That's what I'm trying to do with AcaSTEMics.
Man, we could talk all day on this thing, but
I could talk all night about STEM.
Yeah,
as you can see.
Okay, but look, we always clocked ourselves as an hour for this program, and
all right.
It's been interesting. I tell you, it's been interesting, And you know we got to have you back again soon because you're going to have new things to talk about when you come
Have
out.
new things to talk about.
Okay. And look,
Always
man, hey, if there's any way that the World Community Magazine can assist you and collaborate in achieving those goals, especially with our young children, our youth, that's important for everybody.
All right.
Just let us know.
What I really want you to do is start trying to find some sponsors and some fundings so we can have summer camp there at Horry County. So make sure that I can get there summer camp so I can head to the beach when it's over with.
You just talk yourself into really some good luck. Okay.
All right.
I'm visualizing it right now because we have a summer jobs program ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's synergy there, then we're going to make it work. Okay.
Right. Good.
And that's every summer. So I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking forward to this. And I think big things can come out of this. Okay.
That's right.
So
thank you,
man. It's been a pleasure. And our audience, I know our audience has gotten a lot out of this. And got good comments, man, from people saying it's a great job. It was Thomas McRae, I don't know who it is, but people saying a great job and shout out to you. So again, I got to put this disclaimer on our people. We're not related. We're not related. Even though I think it's a value to have you in my immediate family.
That's right.
With your background, man. So it's been a pleasure. And to our audience, we'll see everybody next week. And join in with us, Jerome, next week.
I will.
Okay? At 7 p.m. And follow us, man. And we you might come up with some ideas yourself. Okay.
Okay.
During that time, and we definitely like to have people like you come on, with your engineering background. I mean, and STEM related, and talk about subjects like that. Okay.
Good.
And we'll get, just anybody, with that kind of knowledge. Okay. So
right.
And
again, before we go, I'm so honored that you had me on today. To thank you for understanding the importance of STEM education and wanting to broadcast throughout your community. So I thank you so much, man. I really do.
Well, we appreciate you. And again, this is a World Community Magazine. But and look, I'm looking forward to next summer. I'm looking forward to, again, I say that there's synergy there between our summer jobs program with yours, your camp. And I'm visualizing something that's going to be fantastic. I mean,
good.
I think something can materialize out of that. Okay.
Good. We'll make it happen.
That's right.
Okay. That's right.
So, audience, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next week, same time, 7 p.m. And God bless. See you next week.
Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your host Edward McQueen and April Garner.